Pathetic.
Oh, I've missed this. Hey guys, I guess who's back shitting on Disney? Ya boy. So when we last left off, we were looking at, I can't really remember what it was, but it was something to do with She-Hulk and identity politics. We talked a bit about rings of power, blah blah blah. So, I want to come back to commentary for a bit, because my Sandstorm series, while I love doing it and putting it on the back burner for a bit until I get motivation again, but now recently I seen this, and you know when Sim Killer sees something like this, Sim Killer's not going to stay away from it. So, Bob Iger is returning.
And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital.
Oh boy. Well, with Disney's history of hiring people named Bob, this could only go well. As you can see, we have our very, very nice backdrop, which is good old Ryan. Say hi to Ryan, everyone. There we go. So Bob Iger's coming back, so that can only mean one thing. Disney is so far down in this shitter, they're gonna get the guy back who started it all. We're finally back full circle. Oh, for those of you who have slept out, let me explain to you what's happened. Disney stock is tanking heavily. Their recent shows / movies are doing terrible. And I think they're no longer pointing the fingers at the fans now. They've laid a bunch of people off, and it is just going sideways for Disney, as we've all said. So let's take a listen to Ryan. Let's hear Ryan's input.
To a multitude of things. It's because of the economy, inflation, COVID, and the effect it had on the parks last year. But of course, more so than anything else, the fact that they've been focusing on identity politics instead of actually entertaining people has driven so...
I've said this a million times. I said it back, I think, in my Star Wars shit. Like, I'll have to re-look at it, but I definitely said it at that point, is that if you keep focusing on this shit, nothing is going to sell and you're going to tank. And of course, it fucking happened. Now, Disney don't give a shit what people like myself or Ryan say, because we are mere peasants heckling outside of the Disney castle, so they don't give a shit. But Ryan's spot on here. It's because they focused on gender politics, gender identity politics, and it's just backfired, and they don't want to admit defeat because they're so far deep into it now, and they think Bob Iger's going to save it. Oh boy.
So much of the audience away from Disney. And now we see that all play out in real time as CEO Bob Chapek is fired by Disney, only to be replaced by...
I'd like to think when Chapek was fired, I'd like to think to myself, they just grabbed him by the scruff of the neck, like a la Fresh Prince, and just fucking yoinked him out. Ah! Like, that is just so funny to think about. Now they're bringing Bob Iger back, which can only go fucking well, I assume, because you know how Bob Iger is.
By Bob Iger, the guy who just happened to step away right before things got really tough for Disney, and now seemingly is ready to come back to save Disney once again.
Now, me and Ryan here both know he's not going to save shit. He could, but you're going to have to axe the gender politics. You're going to have to axe that, because you are not going to succeed if you keep pushing that. People are tired of hearing about it. Everywhere they fucking go, it's gender this, gender that. Bathrooms this, bathrooms that. Oh, hi, ma'am. Oh, I'm not a man, you fucker. I'm a man. Well, I don't give a fuck. You look like a man. This is the type of shit that happens. I think that this is just full circle now, and it's just so beautiful that it's full circle. It's like, oh, Bob Iger will fix everything. He dug the fucking hole.
And it's all laughable, the reaction that people have had to this, because one, this move proves that Disney is hurting right now, that it is miserable for them, that with the things we talked about, the stock price tanking to nearly 50% of its value that it was a year ago, all of a sudden announcing all these layoffs, all these firing sprees, all these hiring freezes, things like that. And of course, the fact that streaming lost $1.5 billion for them just in the last quarter, that was enough.
Of course it was enough, Ryan. We've been saying this. I stopped talking about it for a bit. Look what happens. This whole place is in disarray. Jesus Christ. Ryan, I'm telling you, this will not change anything. Again, Bob is the one who dug the fucking hole. You have to remember this, is that Bob is the reason, I say Bob, but there's two of them. Iger is the reason why we ended up in this fucking hole in the first place, and he just dipped out when it was getting to its peak. And now they're trying to bring him back. Honestly, you need to bring back Walt Disney at this stage. You literally need to bring back, like, Walt himself, because this shit is, bananas.
To make Disney make the move and get Bob Chapek out of there. Now, I've seen a lot of people talking about, oh, well, you know, this is a rejection of woke nonsense. Bringing Bob Iger back, that's going to get back to normal.
Well, what is this? Woke pro-grooming. Bob Iger is Disney's problem. He's pro-grooming? Bob, Mr. Iger, you naughty man. Okay.